Hey, how much does a space dinosaur weigh? A ton. Or more specifically, a Triceraton. Because we're talking about the Triceraton from Super7. Yes, this is Whatcha Figure. Welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and today we are looking at the Triceraton from Super7. And I will say, I probably wasn't going to get this guy, but I saw that he was on sale on Big Bad Toy Store, so I was like, you know what? It was like half price what he normally is. I was like, that's a pretty good price for a big dude like this. I think I'll pick him up. And unfortunately, I will say Super7 haven't had the best track record in the last couple of years. Their quality control hasn't been the best. You know, they've been hit and miss with some of their stuff. Plus, this past year, they've had to lay off a bunch of their employees. Money problems. I think they took on maybe too much of a workload that they couldn't quite handle. They've got a lot of different franchises that they're covering, Ninja Turtles being one of them. And I think they've had to slow down on that front. A lot of it because of the whole tariff thing. I know that's one of the things that they've mentioned was one of the issues for why their money problems are happening, because their stuff is created in China and it gets imported back here, and it just costs an arm and a leg for them to create these and to have them shipped back here and all that stuff. It's really too bad, because I do like a lot of the stuff that Super7 has put out in the past few years. I've been looking forward to more Ninja Turtle stuff. I don't know if they're gonna make too much more Ninja Turtle stuff, because it seems like they've kind of slowed down on the Ultimates lines, other than like Thundercats and maybe like Godzilla stuff. That's about the only stuff that I really see recently. Hopefully they can return to form and they can create more stuff that I'm looking forward to seeing. But as it stands right now, they're not making a whole lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to at the moment. But that is neither here nor there. Today, we have Triceraton from Super7. So let's get to looking at the packaging. And with Super7's Ultimate line, you get these slip covers. For the most part, not all of them come with slip covers. They've kind of gone away from that in the last couple of years because people don't really keep them anyways. But this one has the slip cover. It's purple, so you know that this is a bad guy in the Ninja Turtles line. On the front, you can see there's a Triceraton logo right there. It's kind of on a big sewer lid. And then on the sides, you got nothing there. You go to the back, you got the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Go to this side, nothing as well. You go to the top, and there's your Ultimates logo. So you know this is in the Ultimates line. It's the bigger line that they have, not the reaction stuff. And then you go to the bottom, there's a bunch of gobbledygook right there. You can go ahead and read if you want to. Nothing too important. But you can take off this slipcover, and we'll see what is inside. Oh! And there is the Triceraton himself, looking pretty cool. I like the look of this guy so far from what I've seen. He comes with a whole bunch of stuff inside there. You can see in the nice big window box, and it says right there, Triceraton with the Ninja Turtles logo. And then on the side, you can see it's got like the bluish brickwork that you get with some of these figures. On the back here, there's a bit of a write-up of the Triceraton, so go ahead and read that if you want to. You can figure out what this guy is all about, what his lore is. Go to this side, some more brickwork. Go to the front, more Ninja Turtles on the top. And that's going to do it for the packaging of this guy. There's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. Hey, you're still here. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave some comments down below. Also, hit the bell on the side. I would definitely appreciate it. I'm a small channel, so a little like from you is a big like for me. I am known as CountryBoy_9, also on a bunch of other places called CountryBoyNiner, like right here on YouTube. Also I'm on Letterboxd, I'm on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, all those different places. You can find me all over the place. I'm also on another couple of channels with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We talk TV, movies, video games, comic books, all that stuff. We have a lot of fun on that channel. And another channel with another one of my friends called Mallard Matinee, where we review movies. We have so much fun talking about movies. Movies that we've seen before, movies we haven't seen before, movies we like, movies we don't like so much. You never know what we're going to talk about one day or the other. But now, let's get back to Triceraton. And here is Triceraton, out of the packaging, looking pretty cool. But before we get to looking at him, let's look at some of his accessories. And for accessories, as you always do, you gotta get some spare hands. So there's two fisted hands that he comes with. So one's got kind of like a half glove. One has like almost like a wrist protector or something on it. So he's got two hands right there that are fisted. Then he's got these two hands that are for holding something bigger, it appears like. He's got kind of like big fingered clawing hands, it looks like, on here. And you know what, the level of detail on these is quite well done. I like the coloring. They've got the silvers and the purples, and even the nails are done nicely. I like the look of these things. And we have a rat here, a dead rat. As you can see, the eyes are X'd out, so he definitely has seen better days. And it's static. There's no articulation in this thing. He's definitely stiff. He's been rigor mortis for a little while. He's definitely been dead for a little bit. But the tail does have a little bit of flexibility to it. It's a wrap. Then we've got this wrist communicator looking thing. It's mostly silver with a little bit of green and yellow on it as well too. It looks like it should be pretty easy to put on his wrist as well too, because it's got some flexibility to on the actual straps itself. So you put the straps around his wrist and then you kind of lock them into place. And yeah, it looks like it'll be pretty cool. I'll put that on his wrist and see how it looks. And then you got this thing, which is like it must be for like a breathing apparatus. It's like a mask that would go over his mouth, and it's got like 2 extra horns. That looks actually kind of cool. It's got a translucent look to it as well too. I don't know if you can really see that on screen, but it's clear at the top, and then the hose itself is also clear. And then this bottom piece right here, it looks like it clips onto something, maybe onto his belt or something, so that you can have like his air pack or something like that attached to it. That's actually really cool. And then the strap at the top would go around his head, obviously. And yeah, I think this thing looks really neat. I'm really impressed with the flexibility of this thing. I like the plastic that they used. And then starting us off with some weapons, we have these 2 grenades. They're identical to each other, straight silver. They look like they're, canisters that you would pull the top off, throw them, and then they'd explode. That's what a grenade is, right? They got a bit of a purple stripe around the band there, which is appreciated. It's not just straight silver, so they put a little bit of coloring into here as well. And then we got this big looking gun doodad. I'm not sure what you would call this thing. It almost looks like some sort of like a tool for drilling or something like that. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But it looks like it might shoot something big. It's got a big barrel at the front and a nice handle at the back there. I like that. It's also got like 2 different colors. So it's got like a silver to it, but it also has like a shiny blue metallic color to it as well too. It's got a good level of detail on this thing. It's well painted as well too. I like that. It's not like really sloppily put on there. It's well put on, and it looks really cool. It's a really interesting looking weapon that I might have to put in his hand just to see what this guy looks like. And we've also got this space machine gun, it looks like. So you got this clip on the front there, and then you've also got the handle, and you got the big like a shield kind of in the front. It looks neat. Definitely looks like a space age type of gun. Similar, or exact same colors, I should say, as the other gun that we talked about. It's got like the light shiny blue metallic color to it, plus the silver is going on, and it's a good level of detail, and it's been painted really well too. I love the way that this thing's been painted. It looks really cool. And this last accessory, I don't know how well it's going to show up on screen here because it's got like a green translucent color to it, but we'll see. This is probably my favorite of the accessories. It's a blade that you like put on his wrist. That looks badass. I always love when characters in movies and TV shows have like a blade that comes out the top and they start fighting with that. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Optimus Prime from the Michael Bay movies when he had the blade come out. It looks really awesome. And again, it has a similar strap as the communicator, the wrist communicator that he has. So it has a strap that kind of opens up and put it on his wrist. Should be easy to put on there. We'll play with that a little bit. But yeah, it looks neat. I love anything that's got translucentness to it. Translucentness, is that a word? It is now. I just made up a word. Translucentness. It probably is a word. It might not be in the dictionary, but it's definitely a word. I'm not the first person to say it, or if I am, then you're welcome for creating a new word for you. Translucentness of this thing is beautiful. I love the way it looks. It looks so cool. But since we're done with the accessories, let's look at Triceraton himself. He looks awesome. He's got the orange skin, kind of scaly skin. Got the horns. And at first I thought it was just kind of like a simple, basic orange one color, but they do have a bit of a wash to him, which I do appreciate. You kind of see on the shoulders there, there's a bit of a different color. I wish it was a little more prominent though. I do wish the wash was throughout so that you could see all the detail, because there is really good detail on this guy. You see the bumps and the scales and all the awesome detail on this guy, but it doesn't really shine through like it should. I really wish it was a lot more prominent. But he's got some really cool stuff. His armor on his chest, you can see it on his back as well too, like where the spine is. Got some bumps going on there. And he's also got some stuff on his belt as well too. So there's a cool silver, I guess, I don't know if it's for ammunition or something on his back right there. And some pockets as well too. 1990s, you gotta have pockets. That's classic 90s cartoons and comic books. And then on the front, he's got some more grenades, and he's got some more rats that he's already killed and stuff too. Awesome level of detail on this guy. And he's got some wrist gauntlets. Like this one's got spikes on it, and it can hurt if you hold on to it really tightly. It hurts. And this one's got a bit of a different wrist gauntlet going on. And he looks cool. He's got the green pants, which might not be showing very well on my green screen. I apologize if you're looking at it and you're like, why can't I see his legs? And then even under his tail, if you look at his tail, he's got a cool looking tail. He's got a good level of detail. But unfortunately, again, the wash isn't really showing all that detail so much. But you can flip the tail around and you can look inside that it's got that kind of grayish blue color that kind of goes throughout the rest of the guy, and it looks really good. But while we are here, let's take a look at some of his articulation, starting with the head. The head swivels back and forth that far, forward and back very slightly. It might just be a matter of having to heat this guy up, or maybe he just doesn't have that much articulation in the head. I'm not too sure. His arms though, they go up about that far and down like that, and then they can spin all the way around. And he's also got a bicep cut, which is appreciated, but even that is pretty tight. It's not going to move too much in the bicep. Then you got the elbow, which is only a 90 degree, not even a 90 degree. It's a single jointed elbow. Your wrist spins all the way around. They go forward and back like that. Pretty decent. And then he's got movement in the waist, so he spins very limited in the waist. He's very limited in all his articulation. And he doesn't have any kind of a crunch really. He's very limited there as well too. Yeah, if there is a crunch, I'm not really getting it. It's very slight. And then the legs go out about that far. You know what? That's decent. That's actually pretty good splits right there for a guy that doesn't have the strongest articulation. And then the legs go forward about that far. Really good actually. And they go back about that far. He is a little bit hindered by his all of his plastic plus all the stuff that's on him. But yeah, it goes back about that far. And then the knees are single jointed as well, so that's about as far as you're gonna get back and then forward. So actually, it's not bad. It's almost 90 degrees, I'd say, in the knees. And then you got a twist at the knee as well too. You also got twists at the top of the hip. I totally forgot to mention that. But you also got movement on the foot, so you got some nice rotation on the foot. You got a good rocker. That is a heck of a good rocker actually. And then his toes go down like that, so good ballerina, and then they go up like that. So there you go. You got your decent articulation. He's got some, you know, kind of basic articulation that you would get in some places, but other places a little more extreme than I thought it would be. And the tail, like I showed you before, it does spin all the way around, but that's all you're gonna get from the tail. You're not gonna get any more than that from the tail. But yeah, he does look cool. He's got some good articulation. But before we get going, I want to do some comparisons with some other figures that I have in this line, kind of see how he fares like size-wise and you know, aesthetic-wise. So stay tuned for that. So in comparison to a human in the Ninja Turtles line, I got ourselves some Shredder. So you can see that he definitely towers over Shredder. He's a lot bigger than him. Good maybe inch and a half over the guy, which I feel like that's about the right size that he would have been in like the cartoon and whatnot. And to compare him to a turtle, we actually have Leonardo here. And yeah, this is definitely how I would think of him size-wise. He's way bigger than Ninja Turtles. And that's how most guys should be. Ninja Turtles should always be a little bit smaller than most of the bad guys that they're fighting. I'd say in comparison to sizes, I'd say about Bebop and Rocksteady size is what this guy would be. That's about the height that we get from him and girth. And it works perfectly. That's how big Leonardo should be compared to this guy. And for my heaviest, chonkiest big one that we have from the Ninja Turtles line here, we got Gorilla, and he definitely is not nearly as big as Gorilla. This guy's hefty as heck. He's not as wide, he's not as tall, he's not as heavy, but he's not too far off height-wise, I'd say. Very similar in height. I don't know how big Gorilla should have been in the cartoon because he was really only in the Archie Comics comic book, I believe it was. So he definitely wasn't in there to compare to some of these guys, but he was definitely a big dude. He was much bigger than the Turtles from what I remember seeing. But hey, that's gonna do it for Triceraton. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I liked this guy more than I expected to. I didn't think I was gonna pick him up because I didn't want to spend the amount of money that he was costing originally. Because he's on sale, I'm glad that I got him. And you know what? He's better than I expected. He really is. And I think I might have to get the Playmates version too, the 1990s version of this guy, because I remember him looking pretty cool too. And I'm wondering if he has a lot of the same accessories that this guy came with. I'm curious in that respect. But like I said, that is it for Triceraton. I am out of here. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in Sarsaparilla. But as always, be sure to let me know what you figure. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please, all that stuff I said before, the likes, the subscribes, and all that whatnot, go ahead and check out some of my other videos though that I have on this channel as well too. I got lots and lots of Ninja Turtle stuff. I love me some Ninja Turtles. So go ahead and check out some more of that stuff. But if you don't want Ninja Turtles, heck, I got lots of other stuff you can check out as well too. So go ahead and check that out as well. You never know what might tickle your fancy.